Welcome to a special Christmassy episode of Nerd on Nerd with me, Ellie Kempster.
Ho, 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 and me, Liam
Santa.
Underwood.
Oh,
No, I'm not Santa.
sorry, I got confused.
And excited by the sound of it.
I was excited, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to co-host a podcast with Santa.
It would be a step up.
Yeah, it would, quite honestly.
Yeah. Although, I think the thing with Santa
Yeah.
is slaves.
I don't think they're slaves. I don't think there's anything that implies the elves are slaves.
I don't think they're being paid handsomely.
And we don't know that. You don't have evidence to show or disprove that.
No, I'm just saying, like, there are how do you say, like, potential issues with Santa and his system. Like the naughty and nice list. Like, how is that monitored?
He checks it twice.
Right, yeah, but how does your name get on it?
I mean, here's the thing, right?
Is it magic?
He's giving out free presents every year. So, like, even if you accidentally end up on the naughty list, so it's free presents from Santa. That
But not if you're on the naughty list, it isn't.
Well, no, he gives you a lump of coal.
Yeah, but
Still, you're getting something for free. Like,
Is it free if you have to be good for it?
yes,
Is it though?
yes.
Okay.
You're not paying money for it.
No, but you are having to like go out of your way and be mindful and be good towards others and all that sort
That's
of
still
stuff.
free. That doesn't change whether it's free or not.
There's a hidden price attached, is all I'm saying.
Oh, there isn't.
There is. Anyway, this is our obviously festive Christmas special, and because
If you
of
couldn't
that,
tell.
exactly, we are doing 2 culture swaps in this one.
I think Liam passed out for a second there, listeners.
Well, we kick it back, don't we? Old school.
Yeah. This is we go back to the traditional Nerd on Nerd style for this one. You know, Christmas is a time of tradition.
Yes, it is.
So Nerd on Nerd goes back to its traditional roots, and we each suggest something for the other to watch and ourselves. Or read.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We did some reading this time, which was a
Did
first.
a bit of reading. Yeah.
Some Christmas
So,
fiction.
Very exciting.
Did you ever get a book when you was a child? I did, where it was like a...
Sorry. You didn't give me much time I thought there was going to be more to the question.
There
But you
is.
very quickly
I
went
haven't-
with an I did.
I haven't finished.
I got books.
I haven't finished. Where it's like a tale about Christmas, but your name is in it.
I don't think I got one of them.
So the one I got was all about how Santa didn't have time to do all the presents, and he had to get Liam, which was me, to help deliver all the presents. And also, it has like your friends' names in it as well.
I was really hoping when you said that that Santa didn't have time to give all the presents, that it was your mum had got you this book saying like, Santa didn't have time to deliver all the presents, so Liam didn't get any. And then you're like, oh.
No. You help him, and then it's like, and then your friends' names are in it. So like, oh, Santa visited Liam's friends, but I had friends at the time, so it was their names.
Very exciting.
Still not friends with them anymore, but that's fine.
No.
You know, the time parades on and stops for no one, really.
Yep, Jesus. All right, we're 3 minutes in. Liam's already getting all weird on us. Right, go on. So you got this book.
Yeah, and
You delivered presents to your friends.
yeah, and at the end, Santa's just basically like, "Oh, thanks, Liam. I couldn't have done it without you." And it's got pictures and stuff, but not of you, obviously. Just like drawing pictures of Santa, and
Yeah.
you help him deliver all the presents.
Like, I feel like I got you a gift like that.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I got you a book that was all about
personalised.
Liam learning to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
So did that feel special? Did you have the same warm feeling inside as you read that?
No, Santa wasn't in it, and neither were my friends.
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, no, I never got anything like that. I'm trying to think if I got any
Okay.
sort of like custom Santa things. I don't think so. I think Santa used to like sometimes write us a note.
Just like, well done, you was really
You
well
did good.
behaved this year.
Yeah, congrats.
What was your favourite present that you can remember like getting as a child?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
So my mum,
Yeah.
when I was a child, used to work for a company called Hasbro. You might have heard of them.
Yeah, I have.
They make toys.
Yeah.
So
Famous
Christmas was awesome because she used to get big old discounts.
Yep.
Except one year. Right, so there was a year where I didn't really deserve Christmas presents because Hasbro used to do a Christmas party where the staff
Yeah.
could bring their kids and the kids would get toys and there'd be like a little disco and all this sort of stuff and there'd be a Santa there. And
Yeah.
like, I need to preface this by saying, like, looking back, I am 100% aware of the errors of my ways.
You didn't do. How old were you? Just give me some.
Oh, it was
like,
young.
Context.
It would have been like, it would definitely been single digits, probably 6 or 7, I reckon.
Okay. Are we talking like? Because I'm trying to think of like the worst thing you could do in that situation, and that's a room full of kids,
Yeah,
a Santa.
yeah.
You could do the big bad and like yank the beard, that kind of thing.
Oh no, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Okay.
No. So, all the kids got presents from Santa, right? And the kids were getting like,
yeah.
what?
Go no, carry
It's
on.
not
I
terrible.
think
So-
maybe I know where you're going.
So most of the kids were getting things like Action Men, because that's what Hasbro was really well known for, or like
Yeah.
Barbie. That was also Hasbro, I think. Or did Hasbro do Cindy? Maybe they did Cindy. I can't remember. Some like girl
Yeah, they
version
did
of
something.
Action Man, basically, because gender stereotypes.
Yeah.
Board
The
games.
90s. Woo.
Yeah, it's brilliant. They were getting cool things, and I was looking around at all these big boxes and was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. I wonder what little Liam's going to get. This is exciting times.
Yeah.
What little Liam got, which he was not best pleased with, was just a small little present. It was a change of clothes for an Action Man. So everyone else had like actual Action Men and stuff. Liam got just an Action Man outfit, and little Liam was not happy with this. He felt there was an
Yeah, well,
injustice.
I know Big Liam, and I can only imagine. I've heard stories of Little Liam, and he was a right little shit.
Yeah, he was very ungrateful.
What did you say to Santa?
I can't remember, honestly, if I said anything at the time. I just remember pouting a lot and being grumpy. It turned out, and this is why I feel quite bad about it in hindsight, that the reason why is because all of like the good presents, like actual Action Man, I got a Jeep for him, a helicopter, like loads of cool shit with stuff that I was getting on Christmas. And my mum was like, oh, I've wrapped all this stuff for Christmas. I'll just get him like Action Man clothes.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing, right? When you're that age, clothes is the worst gift. Clothes for a toy of yours, it's not like what you want, is it?
No, it isn't. But you are also an ungrateful little shit
Yes,
in
I
this
am.
story.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware of that, and I do feel horrendous about it now, looking back. But
Yeah.
I was just a wee little kid, you know.
I just love the idea. It's like such a contrast between like I'd go and see Santa, and it would be like, you know, a shopping centre Santa, or we'd go down to my nan's and we'd go on like she has this old where she used to live. They had like a little train, like a steam
Oh, yeah.
train.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they did a little Christmas journey you could go on, and Santa would come around and give out gifts.
Yeah.
And like I'd get like a, you know, spinning top,
Yeah, like a
and I was
yo-yo,
like,
maybe.
"Thanks, Santa.
Yeah.
You're a legend." And there's you being like, I've only Santa's given me a change of clothes for my Action Men figures, of which I own plenty. My mum's bought me a Jeep for Christmas, but Santa.
I obviously didn't know about the Jeep.
I know you didn't.
But you know, used to so yeah, Christmas was always awesome. Used to get like just loads of Hasbro things. Do you remember Mousetrap?
Yeah,
Terrible game, but
I like Mousetrap. It's a good game.
it's a lot of admin, isn't it?
What does that mean?
Well, like the actual,
Admin. You don't have to like add up. You don't have to sit there keeping track of it.
have
You
to-
build the mousetrap as you go.
yeah, exactly. It's just a lot of hard work for the fun bit, which is making the Mousetrap happen.
And then that never works.
No, exactly.
Which is the best bit.
Do you remember Connects?
Yep.
Yeah, used to get that. I had a big old what's it called? Ferris wheel Connects.
Of course
with a
you
little
fucking
motor.
did. This is honestly, this doesn't surprise me at all. Like I'm learning this, listeners. This is news to me, but it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that Liam was the spoiled kid.
Yeah, had a load of Batman toys as well, like
Of
from
course you
like,
did.
the
I
animated
had
series.
two Action Men. One of them swam in the bath. That was the thing.
Yeah,
that
the
was special
little
about it.
diver one, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had two. That was all the Action Men I ever had.
I had loads.
Me and my dad once made sandbags for them. Like we couldn't get the Hasbro branded shit.
You need a parent that works there. Really, that's the trick. That is the trick. In all honesty, it was awesome. Like in the summer, they used to
You
do.
were gonna go. You didn't, in all honesty. Like, you know what? It wasn't actually as good as it sounded, but no, it was.
In the summer, they used to do like a toy fair where they would preview all of the stuff that was coming up for that like winter season.
Oh my god, you were the kid that was like, my mum works at Hasbro.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Although, right? No, it comes with consequences.
Yeah?
Yeah. People at school were friends with me just because they could get a discount on Hasbro toys.
Yeah.
I remember, like, I was friends with someone, I thought, went round their house, right, and then the next thing I know, they've produced, like, a catalogue, like an Argos catalogue, and have circled a load of toys, and they're like, how much can your mum get these for me?
Poor you. I bet you you took your little Action Man home in his Jeep.
No, it was, you know, I think that was the first time when I realised that I was being used. In my life, I mean. So, monumental. My favourite Christmas present, just to bring it back to that.
Yeah.
I remember once I had like a Simpsons playhouse. This is when I was really young, like I very barely remember it. But you know, like those like little houses that you essentially can go in.
Right, yeah.
It was just that. I just sat in it for ages. Didn't even watch The Simpsons at the time.
You just sat inside this little pretend house.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that.
I know what my worst gift I've ever got was.
Okay.
Which is everyone in my family gets it at a certain point because there are certain members of my family that are like they follow like a set of rules, which is when you're a kid, you get gifts. That's fine.
Makes
They're
sense.
close enough that you get gifts.
Yeah.
But when you hit 21 or 18, can't remember which one it is.
Yeah.
The gifts stop.
Oh.
And what you get instead is charitable donations in your name.
Oh, fuck that.
And the first year I ever opened we've donated 20 quid to a donkey in Portugal. I was like, what a fucking waste of my time this card's been.
You were just
and I'd been warned
annoyed.
about it. Like, my
just
mum was
a
like,
few seconds.
my mum was like, when you get to that card, don't expect anything because you're at the
adult.
age now. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. But you open it and you're still like, well,
you just want there to be money inside for you, not for some donkey in Africa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I always feel like that sort of thing's a bit of a cop out. Like,
this is so mean. This is
really
so mean.
is.
If any of our listeners are doing this for people, it's genuinely a really nice thing to do. Like,
No,
I totally get it
no,
now.
no,
I'm specifically saying
no.
when I turned like 18, I did not want to do charitable donations in my name.
Disagree. It's a nice thing to do. If you're a listener listening and you want to give to charity, 100% do that. It's good. Don't do it and then pretend it's a present from someone else.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
just don't give them a present.
Yeah, that would be preferable.
I think that's better. Yeah. You go, I'm not getting you a present this year. They go, why? And you go, because I decided that I would donate to charity.
Exactly, and that I'm 100% okay with.
And you get the moral victory.
Yeah,
What are they going to go? No, I want a present. You go, I wasn't doing it for you. I was doing it for the poor donkeys.
Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly, but there is something about donating for someone else, like in their name, that just doesn't sit right with me. Like you're forcing this person to be charitable.
This doesn't shock me at all.
You literally were just agreeing with me that this was a terrible idea.
No, I think it's a bad idea.
Exactly.
But I think you're a worse idea. So
like last week, I went into work. Do you know what? Let's just put the brakes on that. In this episode, we're doing. I got sidetracked. I'm sorry, listener. It's like,
sorry about that, guys.
You know, nearly 15 minutes later, we're back on track. Don't worry about it. I'll come back to the previous point. In this episode, we're going back old school. We're doing a thing each. Blah blah blah. We're doing 2 things in total. It's fine. It all makes sense. Just keep listening to Culture Swap. It all makes sense. We're doing Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Better watch out. And we're doing Miss Claus Goes Sledding. Flick lodges his tongue.
Yes, Christmas or sorry. Read the full title.
That was it, wasn't it?
No, Liam. Oh, that's not the full thing. That's the title.
Yeah.
If you don't care about the series, I believe you'll find that the title is. Let me just turn my phone around because it doesn't fit on a single line. I can't. It's not rotating. It's called Miss Claus Goes Sledding.
Yeah.
Flick lodges his tongue.
Yeah.
Open brackets. Holiday erotica with sultry Miss Claus Book 1. End brackets.
Right. Brilliant.
I don't want you to miss that bit. That's key.
Of course. So, we're doing that later for Culture Swap. Now it's time for catching up with Ellie and Liam. Back to the point I was just making. Last week, I went into work for the Christmas dinner. Turkey was really dry. It was horrible. It was not worth driving in. It was free, but it was horrible.
Yeah. There we go, listeners, back to the spoilt Liam. He hasn't grown up.
No, honestly, the Brussels were rock hard.
Why would you have Brussels anyway?
I like vegetables.
Ugh, get out.
Yeah, I'm not weird like you. Some people
No
like
one
vegetables.
likes Brussels sprouts. My mum is the only person that likes Brussels sprouts.
I like them if they're done well. If they're like rock hard, they're not nice.
They're just pretend cabbages.
I like cabbage as well.
Get out.
There's most vegetables I like. The only ones I don't like is beetroot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
That's a weird one not to like, but sure.
Don't care. Anyway, so we had crackers at work as well.
Yeah.
And you pulled it, and then a little like slip of paper would come out, and it'd be like, in this cracker would have been a spinning top, but instead we decided to donate to this charity. And I'm like, well, give me the choice.
That's the bad one.
Yeah.
Because that's not a big present. I can understand the logic of the big present. I don't like it, but I can see why people have done it.
Yeah.
Doing it to a cracker present and then telling you what you would have got.
Exactly.
That's because I've not done it recently because I've actually had to buy some. But I used to wait for Christmas because every year someone at the dinner table would get nail clippers.
Yeah.
They'd always come out. And I would spend the rest of my Christmas meal trading up round the table until I got the nail clippers. People would be like, I don't want the nail clippers. They're not fun. And I was like, I practically want the nail clippers because I need them to cut my nails.
Right, okay.
I'd lose one, and then I'd be like, well, my nails are growing really long. I need nail clippers.
I just bite my nails, keep them short. After a shower when they're still like moist.
Know how you get awesome nails like this, Liam?
Yeah.
Listeners can't see that. We're doing cameras again.
Yeah, Ellie has painted her nails festively.
I have. I'm very festive. I would just like to point out, listeners, I'm wearing a Christmas hat. I've got my festive painted nails. Liam looks a bit like...
I look like I haven't washed in 3 days, because that's accurate.
God.
Could you maybe take a selfie and put it on our Twitter for people to see how festive you're looking?
I don't do the Twitter.
Okay.
I'll do one.
Thank you. But yeah, there is something about being like, here's what you could have had.
Yeah.
That is
and it's such a small gift, the cracker one.
Yeah.
How much were they donating to the charity? Like 10p?
Yeah, exactly. Ridiculous, right? What I think they should have done is had 2 crackers. Charity cracker and selfish cracker.
Ooh. And it's you choose which one you get.
Yeah. That'd
be good. You'd have been the only one that took a selfish one, though, and then
I'd have been the only one that walked home with a spinning top.
You'd have been the guy with the waxed guy and also selfish.
I'm okay with that.
He's the selfish wax guy.
Sounds weird. Anyway, so yeah, honestly, I drove in for this Christmas dinner. The thing is, the work Christmas party was the next day, and I won't go into it. The Christmas dinner was free, but because everyone was going to the work Christmas party, it was literally me and 3 other people in the office for the Christmas dinner.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a bit...
Yeah. One of those people went up to have dinner, or lunch, saw how long the queue was, and then left.
How long was the queue?
It was long, but once you started queuing, it went down in about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, for free food...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. People, man. What are you going to
do? Yeah, exactly, Liam. What are you going to do?
Moan about it on a podcast that 20 people listen to. I got distracted from another point by the Christmas dinner thing, but now I can't remember what that initial point was that distracted.
That's all right, mate. Just move on. Don't worry about it. Let it go.
Wait for it. I used to get a lot of books for Christmas as well when I was growing up, because obviously this was before like, internet and video games.
Yeah. I don't know if I got... I'm sort of looking at my bookshelves and trying to remember if many of them were gifts. Because the thing with books is I'm like... I used to enjoy going into the store and like picking something out. Like, hit the sci-fi section. Boom, what's that one? I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely think like 90% of my books are sci-fi books.
Oh, mine like when I was growing up.
Or fantasy.
I probably had like over 50 Point Horror and Goosebumps, and like, I had a whole bookcase just full of Point Horror and Goosebumps.
Yeah, see, that's when it's easy to buy someone gifts. When it's like the Goosebumps series, and they're like, you just go, what ones has he got?
Yeah.
I'll get him one of them.
Yeah, and that's what people used to do, because like my mum would have like a list of the ones that I didn't have and just like sort of divvy it out to family members.
It's more difficult for my mum to like say to my nan, oh, go in and get Gaunt's Ghosts.
Well, no, it's easy now.
Omnibus,
get
Omnibus
2 of
the Founding, and then my nan's like, oh, what's that under? And she's like, Warhammer 40k fiction.
Easy now. Go, just get Ellie number 2 in the Christmas Erotica series.
Yeah, I'm starting that. Whew.
Miss Claus does whatever the fuck she wants.
She'd probably go sledding again, to be honest. She seemed to enjoy it.
She did. Well, no, it seemed quite stressful, but we'll get there. So can I tell you about a memorable Christmas gift that I had?
Yeah,
and I think this is going to give you a bit of an insight into my adolescence. What does adolescence mean? Is that growing up?
Yeah, like you're the sort of young adult.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
12. Yeah.
I was also, I think, 12 years old. I think.
There you go. Yeah, your adolescence.
I really wanted. I was getting into music in a big bad way.
Yep.
I remember there was the Christmas before, so maybe I was 13. The Christmas before, I got 3 different albums, and it was like just. I remember it being this very specific like crossroads in my life where I was like, right, what person am I going to become? Because the first album was the greatest hits of the Beautiful South.
What? Sorry. Okay. No.
Which is a band,
Yep.
right? It's not just like music from the south of the country. It's a band. I can't remember anymore what they did, but they had a famous song, I'm sure.
Beautiful sounds, I imagine.
Well, I don't know. Hang on, let me just. I'm sure you'll know at least one of their songs. Perfect 10. They did Perfect 10.
No idea.
If you heard it, you'd probably know it.
Maybe.
I think it's one that goes like, I'm not going to sing it, but the lyrics are like, she was a
Please
perfect
do.
10, but she wears a 12, something like that.
What?
Hang on.
The fuck are you talking about?
Right, just honestly,
Listeners, I don't know what's going on with Liam today. We've had about 5 stories, and every single one branches off into 3 other stories. Now we're now googling beautiful. He's sending me links to Beautiful South videos.
if you don't know this within the first like 10 seconds, just give up. But this was their song that like I remember being like, this is groovy.
what do they look like? This is weird.
Do you recognise that?
No. No, I don't. Have I accidentally turned off the video?
No.
How do I get back to it? Oh, found it. Yeah, no, I don't recognise that, Liam. I can see what you mean. Okay, so I get that music style now.
Yeah,
so that was one of your choices.
Quite poppy.
Glad you didn't pick that one.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have been your friend.
The next one was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like lots of sort of Blazing Squad.
Right.
Remember
Okay.
them? It was okay. So here's the issue. It was like all that sort of music. It was a compilation album.
Yeah.
I started listening to it one night, and I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, okay, okay, yeah, still going, okay. And then about 10 minutes passed. I was like, okay, this song's going on a bit long. Okay, yeah. When I checked, about 5 songs had played. I just couldn't tell.
Right. Yeah, that's not a good sign.
It's not. It was awful. And then the third one I got was Red Hot Chili Peppers, What Hits?
Yeah.
Which is the path I decided to go down.
Yeah, which was the correct choice.
Yeah. But honestly, this like sort of hip hoppy, it's not even hip hop, R&B, but like, what's the slightly dirtier version of that?
I don't know.
I don't know. But if you know the music...
We know what you mean. Everyone gets what you mean.
Well, people that are familiar with Blazing Squad.
Everyone knows Blazing Squad.
Sure. I don't know if our American listeners are going to know Blazing Squad.
They did that famous song, she looks like a 10 but she dresses like a 12.
No,
or dresses in a 12.
Was Blazing Squad
Sorry.
21 Seconds to Go?
Possibly. I don't know, mate.
I don't know. It
do
was all
Googling.
that sort of shit.
We're losing him, listeners.
It's fine. It was all that sort of shit. Anyway, so I was getting into my music. I really, really wanted a sound system for my bedroom. Just like two speakers, one in either corner of the room, and then like a CD player, essentially.
Jesus fucking Christ, listeners.
No, like a hi-fi...
I'm learning so much about Liam.
A hi-fi system thing, right?
What was your mum doing at Hasbro? Was she like CEO?
Oh, she'd moved on to a different job at this point. So this is...
She just started up Apple.
Right, bear in mind, my birthday is like 4 days before Christmas. So if I wanted a big present like this, I'd be like, combine it. Birthday and Christmas together gets me a big present. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to do that and get like a game console.
Yeah, and I imagine, like, price-wise, it would be equivalent.
A full sound system installed in your bedroom.
Look,
yeah,
I think
probably
I'm
about
describing
the same.
it wrong as a sound system. It was like a hi-fi... literally, like a
You
CD
said it
player with
had
2
speakers in the corners of your room.
Yeah.
Go
It was
on,
brilliant.
carry on with the story.
I had been going on and on about that for probably the better part of a year. Being like, this is what I want. I think I picked out exactly the one I wanted and everything. I was not subtle with the hints I was dropping.
Yeah.
We had also recently moved house. And I thought it would be so cool if my mum and her partner got like a exotic fish tank.
Right.
For the living room.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to see how this connects to your sound system.
So this is the sort of upbringing I had, right? We'd moved house like in the summer. So it'd been a couple of months where I've been like, you know, this would be really cool. But I wanted them to get it. I didn't want it. I didn't want to be responsible for the fish or anything. I just thought it'd be cool if they had it. So
They
Christmas
got you
rolls around.
They got you an exotic fish tank.
Christmas rolls around. I have a big box under the tree, all wrapped up. Big old box. I had a
Are
feeling.
you the kind of kid that sees the big box and doesn't do the like, I'll open it and see what it is before I get excited? Or not excited, but like, I could picture you being the kind of kid that's like, oh, a sound system. Ooh.
Exactly. Maybe like, oh, I wonder what this could be. Could
Yes,
it be
yeah,
the
yeah.
sound system I've been asking for all year? Maybe.
And then them going, oh shit.
So here's the thing. I open the wrapping paper.
Yep.
Eagerly, and it's doesn't look like a sound system.
No, looks like an exotic fish tank, I imagine.
It does. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't best pleased with this.
No.
I didn't. It wasn't as bad as.
You were a 12-year-old child. You knew that your mum would put a lot of thought into the gift, and you went, you know what? I'll get over it. Hey, maybe I'll even learn to love exotic fish.
No.
Hey, mum. Who knows?
Here's the thing. So you know how like when I was like 6 or 7, I was a bit pouty about Santa.
Yeah.
My pout was magnified by like 100 when it came to this, and my mum was like, "Just open it. Just have a look inside. Just open it." And I was like, "No."
Oh no! Oh, Liam, no, it's even worse.
It's even worse.
She
It's
got you
even-
the sound system, and she pranked you, and
Yeah.
you didn't open the rest of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Liam.
That's so. This is why I don't trust.
How long did it take you to open it?
It was a couple of hours. It was genuinely a couple of hours.
Of her being like, no, Liam,
But-
open the box.
But equally, right? Just so because at the moment people are going to be like, "Oh, young Liam was even more of a dickhead than old Liam." Just to kind of give balance to the picture I'm painting here of me growing up.
Liam had just got his mum an exotic fish tank.
No, do you ever remember these little ornament type things called something like Myth and Magic? And it'd be like dragons with like a real crystal in an
Oh,
ornament
yeah,
of a dragon.
yeah, I know the sort of thing you're talking about.
Yeah, there was one which was these two dragons holding up like a clock.
Okay.
And I thought it looked really cool. And my nan had got it for me. And I knew that like she just had like a pension and shit. And she was saving up really hard for it all year. So I was so like overwhelmed by the generosity that I cried.
Yeah, well, that's very sweet. It's just
Yeah.
a shame you didn't have the same sort of generosity when your mum got you a fish tank in air
Oh, I was livid.
air quotes.
Absolutely livid.
It's just I'm trying to think if I've ever had. I don't think I've ever had like an experience where I've done anything like that. Like, I don't think I've thrown a strop that I can remember about a present.
Have your parents ever pranked you about a present?
Possibly. I can't remember if I don't think they have for me. My dad has pranked my mum before. I don't remember if it was Christmas or her birthday.
I think you might have
where
told
he went
me
out.
about this.
Yeah, he went out and got her all the presents that she had specifically told him she didn't want. So like
Yes.
windscreen wiper blades.
Didn't she cry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The prank went on a little bit too long.
Didn't you have to
Dad,
like help
Dad
fix
misjudged that one.
it? Yeah, just a little bit.
yeah.
But so that must be quite nice to not have parents that trick you on Christmas.
I wouldn't mind. I'm not like you. It wouldn't. It'd be funny. I'd be like, I'd have opened it and just been like, oh, this is really good, thanks. And then they'd have been like, that'd be even sweeter for them because they'd be like, oh.
No, they'd be like, oh fuck, he's going to be really disappointed when there's a
Open it up and I'm like,
sound
what
system
the
inside.
fuck's the fish tank?
Where are the fish meant to live now?
I can't live in these speakers.
It was a cool sound system though. It's like you could put 3 CDs in it and then shuffle between all 3 of them.
Yeah, of course it could, Liam. Because you were filthy rich.
That's the funny thing. We really weren't. We went from
Oh, yeah, well.
no, like
Your poor mum was
Yeah.
having to save up year round
We
to get
were-
you these gifts.
we went from working class to middle class when I was probably about like 14, 15, which was weird.
I mean, you've never been working class, is the truth of the matter. So
Honestly,
don't even try it.
I feel like
Even if
maybe,
your family were working class, you've always been
yeah,
upper class,
I think-
trapped.
there is a very high possibility that somehow when I was born at the hospital there was like a strange mix-up and I should have gone to like the royal family or something.
I genuinely, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I
God,
think,
imagine the relief your mum would have.
I think she'd be a little bit disappointed,
That was so mean. I'm so sorry.
just a little bit.
It's Christmas.
It is Christmas and we've gone half an hour now and we've been
And
very
it's just been
Christmassy
Liam
so
talking.
far. Oh, no, I've asked you questions.
Yeah, I've not told a single story, Liam.
Well, fix it.
I've done stuff, Liam.
Yeah, what have you done?
Went to a Christmas party, mate.
That was one of my things.
I know, but I'm stealing it because you just went on for half an hour about all your bloody rich boy gifts.
Single
I
child,
went
innit?
to a Christmas party, which Liam was also invited to, hosted by Dan Palmer, who's been a guest on the show.
Who
and
joined
his
us to
housemates.
talk about
And Sam.
Ren and Stimpy and Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, I believe.
Yep. And Sam Pryor was also there.
Who
also
joined
being a
us to
guest on
talk
the show.
about WrestleMania, but I didn't really get a chance to speak to him at the party because I was too awkward to just be like, "Hi, we've spoken on the internet, but never in real life."
Yeah.
And
It was
no one
also
introduced us.
very busy. Because that was like
was busy.
when I was talking to Sam afterwards, and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't speak to Liam all night." And I was like, "To be fair, there were people at the party that I like." As I was leaving, I was like, "I didn't speak to you. I'll see you later." Because there were a lot of people there. It was quite a big party.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's my least favourite way of meeting new people, though.
Yes, I know you don't. Yeah, but
Because let me explain, because I don't want to just sound like a twat. I'm bad
because he has to look at them, and they're all like poor.
They didn't get sound systems when they were kids, so how could they understand my struggles?
Liam wandered around going, "Did any of you get hi-fis as children? Full sound system, sorry, not a hi-fi."
Who here had the Action Man helicopter? It was hard getting him in the cockpit, wasn't it? Anyone relate to those struggles? Anyway, it was just I don't like people. No, like when there's a big group of people, I'm bad. Even if I know them, I'm bad at like talking up. I prefer to just listen in big groups.
Yeah, Liam's creepy.
If I don't know people, it's even worse. I'm just like, I'll just stay quiet. I'm very good when it's like one-on-one or like a small group of like 3, maybe 4 tops.
Yeah.
If I don't know people, I can handle that. If I do know them, I can go up to like 6, maybe 7 at a push, and I can handle that. But anything more...
Like you've got exact figures.
Yeah, anything more, and I just like go into my little shell like a little turtle. Or tortoise.
I mean, Liam and Kat did spend maybe an hour of the party in the hallway.
Yeah, we didn't know where to go, because there were 2 camps in this party. There was the kitchen camp.
There was the kitchen camp.
And the living room camp. And we were trying to decide which camp looked coolest to join.
Well...
Turned out, it was our own camp that we set up in the hallway.
It turned out that Liam and Kat weren't cool enough for the cool kitchen party, so they came and joined the living room party.
Very true. Very true. It was a good party, though. I enjoyed how it was laid out and everything. I enjoyed meeting people. It was just weird, because obviously for you, it was like a lot of your friends who you've known all your life.
I think there were literally like 3 people there that I've seen at parties before, but I don't like super know. They weren't from the old big friendship group. They're like newer people.
For us, there were literally 3 people there that we knew.
Yeah.
So...
But you did alright. You met some of my friends, chatted to some of them.
Yeah, we didn't really chat to many new people.
You chatted to Treeby.
A little bit, but not a lot.
You chatted to Jess.
Kat did most of that. Kat got very drunk at this party, we should point out. Kat drank a whole bottle of Prosecco without really eating that day.
Yeah.
Left the party and immediately fell over.
That's how you know it was a good party, then.
Yeah, I was driving. So I had 2 cans of Diet Coke. Wild.
I imagine your ride home was quite fun.
I stopped at a service station because I was hungry. I said to Kat, "Do you want some food?" She went, "No, I just want to sleep." So I was like, "Okay, I'll leave you the car keys." Locked the car behind me. Went and got Burger King. Which, by the way, this is the second time I've had Burger King lately. Now, disgusting. It was the only one that was open, but I don't like Burger King.
Well, yeah. I mean, no offense to service stations, but you're not getting the highest quality there.
That is true. Anyway, managed half of this awful Burger King. Went back. Kat was just asleep in the car. Hadn't locked it. The sat nav was up. Anyone could have seen that. But luckily,
yeah, but if Kat was in there, no one's going to try and rob your car with someone in it.
Yeah, but
they could overly paranoid.
They might have tried to rape her.
Right. Well, Jesus Christ, Liam.
So she should have locked the door. Is all I'm saying. But she was out of it. I was very sober. But I had a good time. Yeah, I had a good time. I enjoyed chatting to people. I would have liked to have met some like more new people, but it's just when it's a situation like that where everyone already knows each other and is like probably catching up because they haven't seen each other in a while. It's a bit awkward to just be like, "Hi, I'm new."
No, that's what you should have done.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that would work. What? Okay, I feel like if the situation was reversed and you were in my position,
I wouldn't talk to anyone.
Yeah,
I would get drunk, which is I was never good at meeting people unless I was drunk.
What is the best way of doing it? Like
get drunk.
Probably the way that like neither of us could actually do because we don't have the social skills.
You go in and you just go like, "Hey, I'm Ellie. How do you know?"
Sound ridiculous if I said that.
What?
I thought it sounded ridiculous if I said that.
It would.
Yeah.
Because you're not Ellie.
Exactly.
I mean, what we should have done, Liam, and here's the God's honest truth. What we should have done...
Played a game.
We should have pulled out a classic. An old uni trick.
No.
If listeners weren't aware, me and Liam went to uni together.
No.
You know
I know where
exactly
this is
where I'm
going. And this is a terrible
We should have
idea.
played Never Have I Ever.
Oh, and I'd have got so drunk on my Diet Coke.
I used to have so much fun playing that game, listeners, because I don't know if you can tell by the way we are, but Liam has done lots of things. And I've done things, but Liam doesn't know what some of them are. So he can't really get me with too many.
What are the things that I don't know about?
You'll have to find out, Liam. By playing Never Have I Ever with me.
I feel like
at a party.
I feel like at this stage in our friendship, I
Liam
should
probably
know
knows
most
of the weird shit I've done.
things.
I think you probably do.
Well, maybe
I just wanted to freak you out. I like that it upsets you when you don't know that I might have done something.
it does upset me because I feel like, in my mind, and this is not accurate, but in my mind, I'm like your spiritual advisor.
It's hilarious that we both think the exact same thing about each other.
Yeah,
We both think we're mentoring the other one.
yeah. But I tell you things when they happen to me.
I tell you things when they happen to me.
Do you though?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well that's good. Keep that up. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
But no, I think like some sort of game or something would have just helped, like, because you don't really have to. Do you know what I mean? Make conversation.
Yeah,
It just happens.
But you're getting there, Liam. You're
Yeah,
slowly...
This was the first step in meeting your friends. Although, and
Exactly.
the best bit, you weren't even the one that invited us.
No, exactly. So that meant I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it was all on Dan,
Yeah.
who
and he
also
do
just
a very
didn't
good job.
really worry about it.
No.
But my goal was just to not embarrass ourselves enough to not get invited back to like a summer barbecue. And I think if we were to do something like that, we might try and find somewhere local to stay so I can drink.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe we'll have
see.
some people over here in the summer, but we didn't really meet any new people to expand. But I like.
No, well, I mean, you're already friends with like a bunch
few.
of the core people that I'm friends with.
Exactly, and we'll probably do a summer barbecue and invite the cool people.
Yeah.
Just stick with that.
Exactly.
But so the thing that disappointed me the most is there was a group of girls all together,
Yep.
and I said to you were kind of like telling me who everyone was and how they all knew each other.
Yeah, there was a point where Liam was like, I don't really know anyone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I haven't really introduced you to anyone, so I'll just quickly tell you who everyone is.
Which still just isn't introducing.
I also wasn't saying their names. I was just saying, like, that's the group of... That group is these people.
The other thing about Ellie and Dan's friendship group, a lot of them have bizarre nicknames.
Yeah, we've got Treeby,
Yeah.
because his name backwards, he's Robert.
Yeah.
His name backwards is Treebor. Someone fucked it up once and said Treeby. He's been Treeby since I've known him.
I can only imagine, like, at this point, how many times he's had to explain that. Because he had to explain it to us.
If someone said to me, this is genuine, if someone said, Robert said this, I would have no idea who they were talking about.
Yeah.
I only know him as Treeby.
It's ridiculous.
It's like
right?
LJ. Like, LJ. He is trying to be called Joseph, because he doesn't think LJ is a very professional name, which it isn't. But I'm like, no, LJ. You've been LJ for too long. It's fine if you tell new people
What
that
does
you're
the L
Joseph.
stand for?
Little.
I didn't know that.
It's Little Joe. That's
Didn't know
it
that.
started as... So he was... when he was at primary school, he was just Joseph.
Yeah,
Or
I
Joe.
didn't know his name.
And then
was that.
he went to high school, and people called him Little Joe, and then that just got shortened to LJ. So now he's LJ.
Genuinely didn't know that.
No, I'm trying to think of who... some people call Palmer Gonads.
Yeah, why's that?
Not for any weird story reason. He just used to have his username on a lot of stuff was Gonads, and
Okay.
Dan backwards is Nad.
Yeah, makes sense.
A lot of nicknames in my group are based on what your name
See,
backwards is.
The thing is, I know the reason why you will call him Palmer is because there's several Dans in the group, right?
Yeah, we've got a lot of Dans.
But I don't know, like, any other Dans. So to me, he's Dan, and it seems weird to me calling him, like, not Dan, because I don't know any other Dans to need to differentiate.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, but it's just I don't know, like, last names were a pretty common thing for my group to call each other. Like, there's Tom McGowan who was there,
Yeah.
and I call him McGowan.
Yeah, and then there's
Other
Tom
people call
Hogan.
him... Yeah, Hogan.
Yeah. I prefer
Yeah,
the
a lot of,
Tommy
like,
thing.
just last names. I don't know why.
Fair enough. But yeah, it was a fun party.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Liam.
Yeah, I mean, not as much as Cat.
I'm not going
did,
to take any
but-
credit for it, because it wasn't me, but...
Exactly. But I feel like we're slowly ingratiating ourselves.
Worming your way in.
Yeah. Like a
Like
little
black
maggot.
mould.
Yeah. Have you done anything
Once
else?
you're in, you're impossible to get out. Well, I had 2 weeks off of work, which was...
So you must have done loads of fun, relaxing things.
Not really, because my first week off
Yeah.
was a lot of work.
Okay.
Not work for my actual job. Work for like, half an episode of a podcast getting uploaded completely blank, and Audacity just deciding to erase.
I don't know how you
and
missed
30
that.
minutes of
I really
editing.
don't.
Because when it was finished, it was a full file. The full file was in Audacity, and so I assumed, because we've had it before where I've exported an MP3 and it's exported all silence.
Yeah.
So I was like, the fact that half of it is silent is weird.
Definitely.
And then when I opened up the file, it's not even half silent. It's just half of your audio was silence.
Yeah.
So Audacity just randomly went, nah, don't need that.
No one needs to hear what he has to say.
And it's not even like deleted in Audacity. It's not like your file's cut short.
Yeah.
It's the full audio file was there.
Yeah.
But just silent for half of it.
Weird.
So I lost an hour and a half editing, which I then... So, listeners, if the episode before last is... Oh, no, was it the... No, yeah, the episode before last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Liam's birthday, the Mamma Mia one.
Yeah.
If there's me vaping in it and all sorts of shit that usually I would cut out, that's why. It's because I had to spend a day trying to fix it, couldn't, and literally had to re-edit at the end and was like, I can't do an hour and a half sitting here.
Yeah, so
re-editing everything
it doesn't
I've done.
sound good because Ellie's lazy.
Yeah, well, Ellie was meant to be having a week off and didn't.
Yeah.
Then the second day was watching 2 Mamma Mias, which I know is a day off. And when I say this to people, I'm like, I'm aware that it was still, fun. I had fun.
Yeah.
But it's still not... I wasn't on my week off being like, oh, I'm going to do what I want to do. It was, I've got to do this for the podcast.
Exactly. I want to just give a quick shout out to Amanda for letting us know about that issue.
Yeah, thank you, Amanda.
To be fair, she was like, oh, just so you know, about halfway through Liam's audio stops, and my immediate response was, maybe that's made the episode better. But I guess not.
No.
But yeah, we probably wouldn't have picked it up for about another year until I'd have caught up doing it for YouTube if it went for Amanda.
Yeah, because my co-host doesn't listen back to episodes until he's YouTubing them.
Yeah, which I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Episode 50 is uploaded. That'll be going live the week after Christmas.
Thank goodness.
Do you know, we've nearly had Monday to Friday daily content on YouTube for an entire year now.
I would say I'm proud of you, but I don't like the way you're doing it, so I'm not going to.
Don't give a fuck. Once I catch up, you can't mind.
Oh, I won't. Once you've caught up, I'll
Yeah.
be like, good job, Liam. We're now doing what we should have been doing from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But yeah, so my second week off was more relaxed. Went to pick up my sister from uni, brought her back for Christmas holiday.
Is she enjoying uni?
Yeah, I think so.
Does she still listen to the podcast?
She does. She was an episode behind. She sent us that message that I think I read out in the episode. I might not have, though, where basically my sister was like, we were like a week late with an episode, and she was like, where the fuck is Nerd on Nerd? I'm in my Tuesday lecture.
Oh, I don't think
or
you did
Tuesday
read this
workshop. Maybe I didn't. I might have forgotten. But she basically was complaining because an episode hadn't come out, and she'd started listening to them in this 2-hour slot she had.
Yeah.
Where they meant they'd do work and she can listen to music or whatever. For
Yeah.
some reason, she's listening to us. But
maybe we're
I was then talking to
inspiring.
her. When I went to pick her up, I was like, yeah, I told Liam about the message. And I was like, oh yeah, Mum was really angry. And she was like, yeah, well, I refreshed the feed. And it turned out I just hadn't refreshed the feed for a while. So there was like 2 episodes.
Oh, so there was nothing
I
we
was
did
like,
wrong.
so we weren't behind.
Yeah.
We were, but she was behind.
Yeah, so it all worked out then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
So good.
Yeah. One thing that I learned at this party of Dan's is because I was kind of introduced to the people that I was introduced to as your co-host on Nerd.
It's because, a weird number of my friends, they don't necessarily listen.
But they're aware
a lot
of
of them
that.
have heard episodes.
Yeah, and I don't like it. There was several people. It was more than a couple. It was several.
Yeah.
Who were actually very complimentary about the podcast. Honest, they said, don't listen to it like all the time, but stuff that we have listened to, we enjoyed. And when people say it in person, it makes me super uncomfortable.
Yeah, Liam was trying to explain this to me earlier, and I think it stems from Liam worrying that he said something wrong.
It's partly that, and it's partly because this is just us chatting shit for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like something that anyone should ever listen to.
No, that's
So
fair.
when people are like, oh, I've listened to it and enjoyed it, it just makes me just a bit uncomfortable. I'm just like, Why?
You're going to really... If we ever get famous, you're going to really struggle.
No, I don't know if there's going to be like a tipping point. Where at the moment, because we get so few listens, I'm just like, I don't get why people listen. If we get to a stage where suddenly we're getting loads of listens, I might actually start being like, oh, maybe it's because we are good. But I don't feel like we are at the moment.
I know what Liam's like, and I've learnt more about him today. We don't want him to get that. If lots of people start listening, find a way to like VPN in. I'll tell Liam the stats aren't very good.
No, don't do that. I think
can't let him know.
I think a part of it is, I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to think
if there was
a reason.
There's people now. So my friends who are like, oh, I've listened to the podcast.
Yeah.
You don't know them, but they know you.
That makes me uncomfortable.
I can see why that would be slightly uncomfortable.
I think we did discuss previously, right?
I think we have, yeah.
Yeah. Also, the fact that you told me that there's some of your friends have listened and have been like, oh, I don't think I'd like Liam in person. And now I have to play the game of figuring out who those people are. So I've got to be a little bit on guard, right?
No, you don't.
No, I do, though.
I've always said to you that it was literally just a passing comment one of them said. And it wasn't even like, I don't think I'd like him. It was just like, I don't know what he'd be like in person, and I don't know if I'd get on with him. It wasn't in like a...
Well, it turns out I am very quiet and sober. But I want to know who it was, so then I can make an effort to turn that opinion around.
Nah.
But now I just have to assume everyone doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Imagine, dear listener, going to a party assuming that everyone doesn't like you there.
It's a bit like playing a game of Resistance for an entire party.
Yeah, it is.
Fun.
And no one else knows that that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
It's not. Anyway, so back to your sister. So she's enjoying uni, back for the holidays.
Christmas holiday.
So how is she finding like settling back into the whole like giving up the independent uni life and having to like...
Oh, she loves all that shit.
Oh, really?
She's a proper little like homebody.
Oh.
She's like, she's the kind of kid that's like... I mean, she struggled with the first couple of weeks, but she's doing better now. But like, she loves coming home and being all back. So I just swear at her when she's back. Tell her to fuck off back to uni.
Is your mum quite close with her?
Yes.
Okay.
A bit like, you'd probably get quite well with my sister.
Because I'm close to your mum.
I didn't think that one through. Touche, Liam. Touche.
You didn't. It reminds me of a thing I saw online earlier, which was like, you've seen all the news about the fake news about people wanting there to be like a female Santa.
Yeah.
There's another thing about people
getting traction.
Yeah, another thing about people wanting to ban the phrase "ho ho ho" around Christmas because it's offensive to your mum.
That's quite good. I like that one.
Have you been up to anything else?
No, I think that's it, mate.
Yeah, I built a desk for Kat.
How did that go?
It's a fucking nightmare.
Didn't you recently build a desk for Kat? Like, before this? I feel like you built something.
We tried to... we tried to build a desk for Kat. Took us like several hours, and then we realised it was like a hand-me-down from someone in Kat's family. And we realised that they'd put the door on wrong and we didn't know how to fix it. So we just took it to the dump after spending like literally most of a Sunday trying to fix it, and we couldn't. And then, right, here's the thing. Kat's mum after that was like, well, neither of you are particularly good at that sort of stuff anyway, are you? I was like, I'm sorry. We spent like 5 hours trying to fix this thing.
Yeah.
It's not our fault it was broken in the first place. You should see the desk I've just built for her.
You're all right. Calm down.
My mum came over to help do it.
Right, so it wasn't even you. Yeah, exactly.
No, but it was a 2-person thing, but Kat counts as like half a person, so I needed
it was Liam's mum, and Liam's mum probably brought around a couple of fucking Action Men Jeeps.
No, here's the thing.
No,
genuinely, my mum was like, I don't know how we did it, because she took it. Well, I took a look at the instructions, but that doesn't really make sense. Showed it to her. I was like, does that make sense to you? She was like, no. I took it back. I looked at it. I sort of started figuring it out. And then afterwards, she was like, I don't know how you got past the first step, because it was just nonsense. Like, there was no text. It was just a picture that you had to decipher.
Yeah.
But I basically, like, I'm the one that followed the instructions, sorted it all out. My mum was just there to screw things.
Jesus, what is this episode becoming?
There was a lot of screwing.
Don't say that.
No, my mum got a blister on her hand.
Stop.
It's Christmas, so what, it's all innocent.
Yeah, sure.
She brought the dog. Grow up. She brought the
Sorry.
dog. He was livid that we weren't paying attention to him. So at one point, he just laid across like the top of the desk that was in the middle of the floor.
Helpful.
She yelled at him. He got the hump, laid down while huffing and puffing like dogs do when they're annoyed. Didn't realise that he was laying down facing the wall, and then was even more annoyed because he couldn't see anyone.
Oh, you and that dog are so alike.
Yeah, I know. I think it's how we were raised. We're both like essentially only children, really.
Yep. You and the dog are evidence that nurture is a big factor.
Yeah. If you want like really good Christmas presents, kill your siblings. That's my advice. Anyway, also the dog did a
Jesus.
also the dog did a protest wee in our bathroom.
Oh, God, right, of course.
I mean, luckily it
least he
wasn't
did it
on
in the bathroom.
carpet. Yeah,
Oh,
but it wasn't on carpet, thankfully. But it wasn't like in the toilet.
no, he's not. That would have been a weird protest week.
Yeah, and my mum was like, "Oh, he's never done that before." I was like, "Well, he started."
So you've had a fun old time then, Liam.
Honestly, it took us about 4 hours to build this fucking desk. I'll take a picture of it and put it on Twitter. It looks good now it's done. It was not how I wanted to spend a Friday night.
No, that's fair.
But you know, Kat's
That's
happy.
what adults do, Liam.
Well, it was partly Kat's birthday present as well, wasn't it? Like her birthday Christmas present was that I'd get her a desk. Just didn't realise I'd have to also build it.
Have fun.
It's what she wanted. No, but you think like she's a business owner now, so she needs like a place
Desks.
to be a business owner. It is like
Alright,
it's pretty swanky. Like if she rotated where the desk was in the room, so it was facing the door, it would look like she was ready to have meetings and like fire people and stuff.
Oh, fair enough.
So, yeah, that was basically it, really.
Cool.
That was it for the catching up stuff.